before belief was born. There was a man standing at the edge of failure, Claude Bristol. He had fought wars, faced bullets, but couldn't fight what was happening inside his own mind. He had no money, no direction, and worst of all, no faith in himself. He wasn't lazy, he wasn't stupid, but every time he tried to rise, life dragged him back. He looked around, people with half his talent, winning, while he, full of ideas, was stuck in the shadows. One night, staring at the ceiling, he whispered to himself, "What if the problem is not outside, but inside me?" That question was the beginning of everything. 2. A thought that could change everything. Most people live like this. They wake up, they react, they follow, they survive. But Claude saw something different. He realized there's a force inside us, one that responds to what we deeply, consistently believe. Not what we wish, not what we say once and forget, but what we emotionally feed to our subconscious mind every day. And that's when he discovered it. Not magic, not religion, not luck, but something more powerful, the magic of believing. 3. Claude's struggle for meaning. Claude wasn't a millionaire, he wasn't a monk. He was a struggling man in a world that only rewards results. After returning from World War I, he was lost. No clarity, no opportunity, just constant noise. He worked jobs he hated, lived in apartments that felt like cages, and slowly, he began to disappear. Until one day, while waiting in a bank queue, he heard two wealthy men talking. They weren't smarter, they weren't even kind, but they had something he didn't, an unshakable belief in their own success. Claude walked out that day with one thought: if belief can make them rich, maybe it can save me too. 4. When he first felt the power of belief. It started small. He began visualizing his goals every morning. He started feeding his mind with strong, positive mental pictures. He stopped saying, "I can't," and started saying, "I will." At first, nothing changed, but slowly, something within shifted. He walked straighter. He thought clearer. He felt a fire, the kind he hadn't felt in years. He applied for opportunities he would have never dared. He took bold action. He failed, but he didn't stop. And then it began. A promotion, then another. Then his income doubled. Not because the world changed, but because his inner world did. 5. Thoughts are things. Is it true? Claude believed this deeply. Every thought is energy, not just some idea floating around, but a living, breathing force that moves you and the world in a direction. Negative thoughts? They magnetize failure, fear, and hesitation. Strong, repeated emotional thoughts? They shape your actions, sharpen your focus, and signal your subconscious to deliver. Science may explain it differently, but experience proves it daily. What you obsessively think about becomes real. In your attitude, your confidence, your opportunities. Your reality is a delayed reflection of your dominant thoughts. 6th, autosuggestion and mind programming. The mind can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. If you feel it deeply enough. Claude used this to his advantage. Every day he would repeat phrases like mantras: "I am powerful," "I am successful," "I attract the right people." At first, he felt silly, but repetition is hypnotic, and the subconscious listens quietly. He would visualize deals going well. He would rehearse wins before they happened. He would replay victories in his mind like a movie. Over time, this became his new default. That's the magic of autosuggestion. Feed the mind with what you want, until the world starts feeding it back. 7. When doubt tried to destroy him. Even with progress, doubt returned. It always does. A failed project, an insult from a peer, a voice in his head whispering, "You're a fraud." He felt it deeply, the old version of himself pulling him back. But this time, Claude had a weapon: awareness. He recognized the voice of fear. He confronted the thought, and he replaced it with belief. It wasn't instant, but it was deliberate. Because belief isn't permanent, it's a habit. You have to fight for it daily. 8. The silent power of the subconscious. Your subconscious is always listening, not just to your words, but to your emotions, tone, habits, and expectations. It doesn't judge, it just obeys. If you feed it fear, it grows hesitation. If you feed it power, it grows results. Claude realized most people fail because their subconscious was trained by accident, trained by pain, by criticism, by childhood failures, by emotional scars. But here's the truth: you can retrain your subconscious, not overnight, but with belief, with repetition, with consistency. 9. Visualization. Feel, don't just see. It's not enough to say, I want success. You must see it, feel it, live it in your imagination until your body believes it's real. Claude would sit quietly, picture his goals in detail, not just the image, but the emotion of achieving it. That's where most people fail. They imagine the goal, but forget to feel the success. Emotion is the glue. It binds belief to the subconscious. So the next time you visualize, don't just see the future, feel it in your bones. 10. 5 principles that still work today. Here are Claude's timeless, no-nonsense teachings. Repetition builds belief. Say it daily. Say it emotionally. Say it until it becomes your truth. Emotion programs the subconscious. Flat words won't work. Feel it while you speak. Self-image creates destiny. You can't outperform how you see yourself. Doubt is poison. The moment you entertain it, your belief crumbles. Faith without action is fantasy. Belief must be followed by bold steps. 11th, for those who still can't believe. If you're watching this and thinking, I've tried this, it doesn't work. Let me tell you something. Claude thought that too. Everyone does. But belief isn't a button. It's a muscle. You build it, you train it, you protect it. And if you failed before, good, because belief built after failure is the strongest kind there is. 12. The real victory is inside. Claude didn't write this book to be famous. He wrote it because he saw the pain in others, the same pain he once felt. Confused, tired, full of potential, but empty inside. And he knew no one could save them, no government, no mentor, no friend. Only one force could change everything: what they chose to believe. And that applies to you too. The real magic is not in this book, it's not in the words, it's not in me or anyone else. It's inside you. 13th final message. Belief is not a fantasy, it's not a trick, it's not fake positivity. It is the most powerful choice you'll ever make. You can believe in your fears, or you can believe in your potential. One will keep you stuck, the other will set you free. So tell me, what will you choose? If this summary helped even a little, consider subscribing to Book Situation. Your support truly motivates us to keep bringing meaningful content like this.